Hi, Doug Caldwell, facilitator extraordinaire. So rather than tell you about myself or doing a showcase, let me try to engage you and provide you with some observations. Try to put this in your head in a frame so that you can make the decision that's in your best interest to advance your career as opposed to sticking your foot in your mouth, okay? So let's see what we can do to help you with that. Yeah, professional. Dizzy Dean. You're not famous, you're not famous for more than 15 minutes, I guess you forget.
It's got hair.
What's that? Got hair, is it? Okay. Remember, as Dizzy says, it ain't bragging if you can do it. So relative to your resumes or your social media footprint out there, if you can do it, tell us about it, okay? And tell us about it in a way that makes you a person of interest, that gets invited in for that interview, that they're able to follow up, that you're a person of character and substance and integrity and all those wonderful qualities. You may not have that opportunity to express yourself in person or over a phone because you're being screened out because all those other wonderful candidates are simply making their case better represented. Their showmanship about themselves and so forth is more forthcoming and more available issues here. First up is your privacy, okay? You want to be extremely mindful of your privacy and decide what you're going to keep private. There are some very, very nasty people out there whose entire life is dedicated to finding out as much as they can about you and taking advantage of you. How many of you had some personal experience of either a credit card identity website called howtonailaninterview.com? Came across it just by accident. What the individual did was he wanted to videotape some actual interviews. So he posted a job. It was fictitious and whatnot. And he had some candidates come into your office. Was the young lady who, when the interviewer says, this is a guy playing the role of a hiring authority, says, I have some questions about what you have on Facebook. He takes the laptop off the desk, turns it around to show her. And you just see the expression on her face. She just say a word. It's about 20 seconds, and of course everybody's comment on YouTube is, "What the heck did he show her?" You know, it was a deal. To 5 lessons celebrities can teach us about Facebook pages. Now we've been disparaging Facebook and so forth, but he would suggest that there are at least 5 celebrities you could look at. More importantly, it's what they represent, what they're trying to pass. I think this is sort of came up at the very beginning. These are the big 3, and these are their current numbers. You start doing all this, and you start having multiple social media sites that you're involved in. And somebody brought it up earlier, maybe it was Sue, is how do you keep up on stuff on this, and how do you feed it, or how does it feed you? And ping.fm, hello text, shareaholic, are all work somewhat similar and whatnot, so that you can go to these sites and they can feed all your social media sites simultaneously. It's a business meeting, hallway conversation, cocktail party. What do you say?
Hard to have a long conversation at a cocktail party. You can have a short 140-character conversation.
Yeah. Okay. And what's it like at a cocktail party? You walk into a cocktail party, what's happening? Loud music. Very loud, very noisy, okay? And it's kind of hard to get in all the conversations. That's the problem with Twitter. It's one of its downfalls. You start getting in too much Twitter stuff, it's just overwhelming. And I was trying to deal with Twitter like email. You can't work off the Twitter. You can't reply to everybody. You just sort of come on into the best description. It's like the cocktail party. You kind of go over here and you sip a little, sip. Come over here, and you sip a little, phase, a learning phase that you go through. First you start talking about yourself. Now I find myself a good 85% of what I put out there in anything that you look at in one form or another, I'm usually inspired, or I get the concept for something, and I share that with other people. I think it's worthwhile. I was impressed with the information that was created by somebody else. And I want to share that with other people. I want to have a conversation, the water cooler classic hallway conversation. I'm not in an office or a cubicle. I think there's something important and relevant, and so I put it out there in the form of a tweet. I put it on my Facebook page or something like that. That nice pedicure, and we avoid all of this, no matter how big it is, having our footprint around. Okay. thanks to my executive producer, who is looking for her best next opportunity as an HR professional. So keep her in your thoughts.